Hey, it's Tavia here, and this month's Teacher's Hack is on how to complete labs in your modern classroom. So today in this video, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to look at when is a good time to complete labs, and how do you complete labs when everyone is in such a different place. So when exactly is a good time to complete a lab within a science class? The answer? Anytime. Labs are good to use anytime to help reinforce a lesson, skill, or a topic in any given time. So for me personally, there are two times that I like to do labs within a unit. The first is at the very start of the unit because it allows us to have something to relate back to as we're going through the unit and learning new stuff. Also, I like to do them at the end of the unit. At the end of the unit, it kind of summarizes everything that we've learned, and we can apply that knowledge and use it in a more practical situation. For those of you who teach one prep or have the space that can do this, you can also do your labs within the course of the unit, and students complete the lab as they get to it. Now this, of course, would be any kind of lab that students can't complete on their own or with the assistance of a partner or a small group, where you don't have to stand over top of them and make sure they don't hurt themselves. But that is also another option. You can always incorporate them within the unit and have materials that are already readily available for students to kind of progress to the lab as they come. So the biggest question that it gets asked is, how can we complete labs if everyone is in a different place? And it's an excellent question. The answer is, there are a multitude of ways. So like I said, you could always save them for the beginning or the end of the unit. But if you do want to do them within the unit and you're worried and concerned about place, there you can set thresholds. And we're meeting thresholds like you have to complete this lesson in order to participate in the lab on lab day. If the student fails to meet that threshold on lab day, then they have to complete an alternate assignment at a later date. So it kind of works as a reinforcement or a type of feedback that if you do what you're supposed to, you can participate in the more fun activities. You could also set up scaffolded labs based on where the student is. So if the student has completed the bare minimum to complete the lab, then their lab will go so far. Those students who are ahead and more farther along, then they would have a little more incorporated into the lab to extend the lab. So what are our key takeaways for today? First, there is no wrong time to do a lab. Labs can be done anytime that you see beneficial for your students' learning, whether it's at the beginning, whether it's at the middle, whether it's at the end. There's really no wrong time to do a lab. Secondly, it's going to depend on the class and your student on what best lab methods are going to work for you. If you teach a class where you can willingly leave out supplies, that's wonderful if you have the space and the class that you can do that. It's going to depend entirely on your students and what you teach, on what options you're going to have available. And last but not least, trust your judgment. You know what's best for your students. You know how your students are learning best. And so you can make that decision on what is best and how you want to approach your labs in your classroom. Don't worry so much about where they are, because you can create opportunities for scaffolding and create opportunities for a more small group if need be. So, this is your teacher hack for this month, and good luck with your labs in your modern classroom.
Created using Powtoon.